Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this sweater by Phillip Lim. Let's see if I could pull out a little here. So it has the mesh cut out here and on the sleeves using a gray sweatshirt, and then the really cute part about this is that the sweatshirt still has its little cuffs on the arms. So let's just get started. What I'm going to be using for this is just a sweater. I bought this sweater at a store in Canada known as Giant Tiger. I was actually in there looking for a barbecue set thing, and I saw this sweater was on sale for $2. So total score. Make sure you wash the sweater, especially if you're getting the ones here that have like the soft fleecy feel on the inside, because they will shrink up. So wash your sweater. And I went to the fabric store and bought this stretch mesh. And that's all we're going to be using for this. You can hand sew, but I believe it will take you a long time. This will be so easy if you have a sewing machine. So that's it. These are the only two materials we need, other than, of course, your thread, sewing machine, whoops, and some scissors. So let's get started. Okay, first things first, we're going to start with the neck part of the sweater. The V here. So assuming you've already tried on this sweater and you measure where you would like it to go down to, I felt really comfortable at 7 inches, so it'd be down to here, and I like that because obviously when my boobs are in here it sits out a little bit more, but we're gonna go up to 6 only because you'll want to, if you're a 7, go down to a 6. Always go an inch shorter, just because we're going to make another cut and fold it over, so we'll actually end up being about 6.5. If you go 7, it'll be even bigger. So I'm going to jump up to 6, and I'm going to make a little mark here, and you can go ahead and do the same thing on the back. I will probably make my back part a little bit bigger, even though in the photo the front and back are identical. I'm going to make mine probably a 7 on the back. Okay? Okay, and what I've done here is I've made a little marking. So here is how far it will go down. And then I've also put a dot here and here. And the way I measured that was I assumed that the center of this part of my sweater is identical, sorry, not identical, is the exact middle. So what I did was measured that right down to here. And then for the sides, whoops, for the sides I took the measurement from here and made it about 2 inches outwards. Okay, same with here, I did 2 inches out, and that should be right to there. So all I'm going to do now is draw a very thin line and cut this out. And I'm not going to be cutting the brim here, just going very close, but not to a point where I'm disturbing all the stitching in here. So just cut maybe close to this second line here, not the one up there. Okay, all the way around. Okay, so once it's cut out, your sweater should look a little something like this. There's my cuts. So now we're going to work on the sleeves. And all I'm going to do is, just like in the photo, you have two options. You can do the way that the photo has it. Sorry, I'm going to move it to a better area. Where the photo has it cut higher up here. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just, you know, if you don't want to deal with cutting over more of the hems and stuff, you can just remove the sleeve entirely, just this whole piece here, and do what we did like on the collar, where you cut on this side of the hem so that you're not having it unravel. But I'm going to go ahead and cut right up from here all the way down to the pit area. So just in a motion like that, and I'll meet you right back. Okay, once you've cut the sleeve off, you have two options. I could take the sleeve and put it on this side and just mirror image everything. So I would just lay it and measure it completely, trace it and cut it out, or you can simply fold your sweater over, line it up this way. I'm doing this one-handed, but you know what I mean. Okay. Trace along there and do the same thing and cut it out. So I'll meet you back when you've got both sleeves off. Okay, with your two pieces now cut, this is both sleeves. I'm going to move these away, and we're going to start working with our mesh. Okay, taking your mesh fabric, I folded it just a little bit here so it's in half, because I want the edge here to be rounded just like this, so that under the armpit, when we reattach it to the sweater, is where our seam will go, so that up here there's nothing. It'll just be a nice even area on your shoulder. Okay, now because I pre-shrunk my sweater, the sleeve actually got shorter and I didn't like that. So I'm going to actually measure out a little bit further for my sleeve, and that way even if it bells a little bit at the wrist, it'll probably look a little cuter. So, I mean, you could do it exactly the way you cut it out, but I'm going to add a little bit because, like I said, my sweater shrunk. So all we're going to do is we're going to pin it all down, make sure nothing moves, and just cut out literally the way it is on here. And we're going to do the same thing for both arms. Okay, and after that you should have two pieces like this. I've left about 1/2 inch all the way around. Some places I left a little bit more, but that's okay because when we do sew it on, you can choose how much to take in from there. Now, as for the V's that we cut out from the front and back of your sweater, what I'm going to do is I just looked for pieces of my material that were scraps that I know I couldn't use for anything else after, and I cut them out large enough so that my pieces fit into it. With your mesh pinned into place, go ahead and sew along. Killer. Are you serious? Go ahead and sew all around. Listen. Stay. With your pins in place, go ahead and sew all along the edges. Once you have that part sewn in, go ahead and do that to the opposite side. With your sweater now completed, both sides have the mesh lining. We're going to move on to the sleeve. So unpin it from the sweater, and we're going to just sew right from here all the way to the end. Leave this part open as well as this here. Okay, now we're going to cut the sleeves off, so it's probably easiest if you flip your sleeve inside out. Okay, I'm going to make a small cut a little higher, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get as close as I can to the original hem. Just cut it completely off. There you go. Got both sleeves here. And what we're going to do now is, now I've sewn this part of my sleeve. I've sewn mine in gray so that you can see it, but this won't show. However, if you are going to stitch your sleeve, try to do it using black. So all I'm going to do now, okay, I'm going to take my sleeve, which is still turned inside out, and your wrist part, I guess, your cuff, and slip it right into here. And with the two seams facing each other, okay. I'm just going to pin this down. Okay, and we're just going to sew across here. Now the thing with this is you can either hand stitch it, or if you can slip this part right through your sewing machine and just sew around in a circle, but you don't want to sew these, you're not sewing it flat across here. You have to make sure that you don't close the opening, yeah. So just in case you didn't understand what I meant by the sleeve part, I've pushed it right through my sewing machine. So all I'm going to do is keep feeding this around and sewing just around here. So move these over. Okay? Okay, so all we're going to do now is take your sweater, which is still inside out, and your sleeve, which is now right side, so you'll see that the seam is in the inside there. Okay? We're going to take this, which belongs to this part of the arm, and flip it and tuck it inside. So I'm just going to feed it into the sweater, pull it from the other side. Okay, and where I'm going to line up first is the armpits. So we'll connect these guys here. Pin it down. We're going to go all the way around and secure this. Okay, so once you've pinned all the way around, you should have it like this. And you're just going to feed one part here through the sewing machine and go all the way around. So again, not sewing these down together, sewing around. Hey guys, so thanks so much for watching. Okay guys, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I also wanted to mention that you don't have to keep the sweater the way that it is right now. You can add your own little things to make it your own. For example, I have added right here like a little bit of a ruffled, just a little ruffled piece on the trim, and I'll probably be adding this as well, just right here. Just because I really like things with sequins and ruffles, so just wanted to add a little bit more. Plus, I don't know, I'll probably end up sewing this down a little bit so it doesn't look as ruffled as like the way my sleeve does, which I like my sleeve the way it like kind of bells out like this. It's very like dainty. And yeah, I don't know, I'll probably just add this around to the border of everything. So you can see what I mean by don't overcut too much, because you will have a little bit of cleavage. This is perfect for me because it's cleavage and I could wear my bra, and my bra strap is like actually down here, so that worked out well. Yeah, I guess that's it. So you guys, we are so close to hitting 2,000 subscribers. I believe we are about 60 people away, I don't remember. So please, please, please subscribe. And if you want to see any kind of DIY for one of your favorite designs or clothing items or something, go to my blog, and where I've posted this video, leave a comment down below in my blog or here, but it's easier if you do it on the blog, with a link to a photo of an item that you want me to DIY. Yeah, that'd be great. Or you can go onto my Facebook and do it. Either way, leave comments, and who knows, maybe I'll pick up your DIY and show you how to make it. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Bye!